What's up, guys? Greg B here for the United Hour, and this is my reaction fresh off of Manchester United's 1-1 draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. A very hard earned point, but a deserving point nevertheless. Manchester United making a good account of themselves, at least in the second half anyway. Um, like I said, a lot of people went into this game with a lot of trepidation, a lot of fear that this could be another embarrassing scoreline. Side point: I was actually accosted by a security guard in Superfarm the other day, telling me if I'm prepared for the game. Clearly, he was a Chelsea fan. I was wearing a Cristiano Ronaldo jersey, so whatever. Um, but when you watch today's game, it shows that there was a bit of a structure to it. I think when we look at the first half, now before I get into the first half, we look at the starting lineup: David De Gea in goal, Wan Bissaka on the right, Lindelof and Bailly as centre backs, Alex Telles at left back midfield, Nemanja Matic playing at DM, and the return of McFred. Not to much people's liking. And forward line, a bit of a false nine in this situation with Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford on the left and Jadon Sancho on the right, respectively. The first half was I pretty much kind of like come to grips and don't allow Chelsea too much time to really do anything, but we were looking like we were a step behind them a lot throughout that game. There were a couple of instances where they got the ball they got so much time in the box to do so many different things, but remarkably there wasn't much benefit from it. They had chances, one shot that was blocked by Victor Lindelof. They had just scooped that up a couple of times. They were just looking to take shots, trying to see if they could put crosses in. There was one shot from Antonio Rudiger that hit the crossbar, and I was just like, wow, a few inches lower, and that's 1-0 Chelsea. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. Callum Hudson-Odoi had a couple of chances, one that he put wide, and Timo Werner was Timo Werner. What else is there to be said? We were basically just kind of sitting on the back foot a lot during the first half, and I don't know if that's just because of we were just we being played all over the place, or if that was probably part of the game plan for Michael Carrick. That's debatable. Second half, and United started to kind of grow more into the game at the end of the first half, and it started to show over more into the second half as we got on. We were trying to get more forward. There was a lot more movement, and it reaped dividends in the end when off a corner it was cleared very high. Jadon Sancho was able to take it off of Jorginho and have a clear 2-on-1 with Marcus Rashford at goal. Jadon Sancho didn't need a second invitation. 1-0 Manchester United, and the shock victory that everybody probably didn't expect looked like it could have been on. And I must say, I kept saying that we needed to get a second goal in this game, because knowing Chelsea and knowing how relentless they can be, they were not going to rest on their laurels. They were not going to allow us to just have that one goal and just get away with it. And not by design necessarily, but they were able to get their equalizer. A corner, and in the melee, in the midst of all the chaos, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, with an attempt to try and clear the ball, ends up kicking Thiago Silva in the back of his shin, and it's a penalty. And Jorginho, much obliged, took it, scored. Game's 1-1, it's level. Now, that's where the game was kind of finally poised. Cristiano Ronaldo was already on the pitch, and Chelsea had already started to make substitutions. We saw Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic coming on, and then the emergence of Romelu Lukaku, ex-Manchester United player. A lot of people were saying that he's going to have a field day, he was going to come for us. Didn't exactly happen. There was a lot of times he was in front of the goal. He was forced to pass the ball sideways instead of really getting the opportunities. There was one instance in the second half where Fred could have just laid the ball off, took a shot. It was poor. Scott McTominay had a kind of indifferent game, and there were times he went into tackles, some needless, some reckless, got booked. But with a Manchester United-Chelsea game, you kind of have to expect cards to fly. I mean, hell, even Thomas Tuchel got a card because of his protestation for Ronaldo apparently being offside when the ball was released. Anthony Taylor didn't really take too kindly to probably whatever Thomas Tuchel said. Probably should have said it in German. Maybe he probably would have got away with it. But that's another story. The dying seconds, Chelsea had probably the best chance to really take the 3 points home. Ball whipped in, and Antonio Rudiger pretty much had the time of an eternity to take a shot. And he sends it into Rosed. You could see the shock and the disbelief in everyone's face. A lot of people will say Manchester United got away with it. They're probably right. I'll take it either way. It's a point. A point off of high-flying Chelsea. A point off of the European champions. So, can't go wrong with that. At the end of the day, it's a point earned. 2 points dropped in some regards, but it is what it is. We take what we can. Once again, say thank you to everybody who has been a part of our journey here on the United Hour. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. We have officially launched on YouTube for those who are not aware. You can check out the United Hour page. Like, share, subscribe. We will be posting videos there. And we will be bringing more and more content to you. We will be discussing this game more in depth in the breakdown and the United Hour on Thursday. We will be doing that and more, and discussing what Ralph Rangnick could bring to this club, and also look forward to the Arsenal game coming up. So, full-time, Chelsea won, Manchester United won. We move. Thanks for watching, guys.